Good day everybody, and welcome to another video. And this video was called Alice Springs. I've heard there was this Australian lady with the name of Alice Springs, and I believe we just missed her. She was walking out of the view here, but I'm sure she will be back momentarily. There she is. There is Alice. Look, people, it is Alice Springs, everybody. Hi Alice, how are you doing? Hope you're fine. Hello, I see your nose. Hello. Okay, so this is Alice. Hey, there is Venus. Today's routing, not sure, just don't get lost. Yes, well, you know, you do not want to get lost. Australia is really freaking big. You know what I mean. So there is Alice. Let's just follow Alice around a little bit. Obviously very occupied at the moment, very busy. So Alice is actually I should have put this stream upside down because my current location is on the northern hemisphere. Yes, you do not want to crash anywhere in the outback, you know. It is like idiotically remote. And I will show you. So today's flight is Alice Springs, and we got Venus de Milo. She said she knows everything about the Alice Springs. I do not know one thing about Alice Springs. So I figured, well, together probably we can make it work, and if not, well, we still have the airplane flying, and we can always land again, which is what we intend to do anyway. So I will show you the chart of the area. So this is the Alice Springs airfield. So we got this nice VOR that we can help with if we get lost. And we also got the non-directional beacon, the NDB there. We can also use that when we get lost, or if we get lost. But then if you zoom out, you're like, okay, is there anything else maybe where we can go? And then you're like, oh, there's something that looks like an airport. And if you then put it in the flight plan, it will tell you it's like 1 hour and 46 minutes with this airplane. I'm like, no, probably not today. And then beyond that, it is just like, 3 hours maybe. It is big. There's no VORs or anything. It's just like, good luck. So these are the Australians. What it looked like there was something there, but it's gone. Okay, so anyway, so this is the chart for Australia at Alice Springs, where we are now. Venus de Milo knew everything there was to know some 22 years ago. Oh, okay. Alright, well, we're just going to do a little fly around. Let's just first have a look at, there is some elevation here, it would appear. Nothing too crazy. And here is some a little bit higher. It's only 3,000 feet high, so it's not too much. So if there's anything that you could maybe suggest, oh look, there's a private airport. Yankee Hotel Mama Bravo. How far would that be? Why don't we try and find it? Yankee Hotel Mama Bravo. Let's just stand by 1 second. Yankee Hotel Mama Bravo. That's about 36 minutes. That sounds cool. So stand by 1 second. Yankee Hotel Mama Bravo. Let's just change the destination. Now does this automatically update in the top of the screen? I wonder. That would be really cool. And it updated. What do you know? So that's pretty cool. I like it. So we got a destination now. We got purpose to our lives, which is always good. Well, for most of us, I would assume then. Let's see, where are we? Let's get rid of this screen, or well, maybe not. Let's stay on this screen for a second. So we're actually going to Gidzenko. Let's see, Hermansburg Airport. About 36 minutes. Basically, what we'll do is fly an outbound radio. We can still fly around the area a little bit, and then when we're done, we set course the outbound radio of the Alice Springs VOR, which is about 60 nautical miles distance flying, so that should be fine. So what we do want to know, do they have any information here whatsoever? No, nothing at all. So all we can do is there's a mountainous sort of a range to the left. This seems a little bit lower, and basically we just keep on going, and we just watch the DME count down or up really. So we need 115.9 for the VOR. So if we put that in 115.9, we should be fine. So let's. There's Alice again. It's the red center of Australia. What is the red center of Australia? Oh, you mean Alice Springs is the red center? Because yeah, I've definitely seen some red, yeah, it's like Mars. Okay, so let's start up the engines and get this thing going. So, battery to power up the aircraft. We got the alternators left and right, and then we got the magnetos for the left, right on the left engine and the left, right on the right engine. And the safeguards can go back, and the fuel pumps 1 and 2 we will need as well. And obviously the aircraft will need to know where to get the fuel from. So that is all set. And then we simply press the little button there to start the engine number 1 on the left. And that is not working because I did not put the mixture to the full reach position. So let's try this again. Engine number 1, you may start, thank you very much. Engine number 2 is also starting, thank you very much, very good. And we turn on all the lightings and the avionics. And what was it? It was 115.9. We put that in the box here, 115.9. Where are you? Well, let's first swap this around. $115.9. There you go, and we switch it over. So we are now 1.2 nautical miles from the VOR that's sitting here on the airport. So we could have a look where it is. It's actually quite interesting to see. So from where we are standing, it's almost straight in front of us. So somewhere there should be the VOR. Maybe we can zoom in a little. Well, don't know where it is. What am I missing here? So yes, red rocks, Mars on Earth, air rock. Yes, it looks very red here. So that is basically what we'll do. So I will repeat it again. I'll just turn on the transponder here. So what we'll do, we'll just take off, and we'll fly a little bit. We'll fly around the area a little bit, and once we're done, we'll just set course for the I forget the name now, the Hermansburg Airport, and which will be 60 nautical miles to the west, following a outbound radio of 258 degrees from the current VOR that we're sitting nearby. Well, there's some text here. About 335 kilometers, not going there, from the city, Uluru is an UNESCO World Heritage Site that holds great religious and cultural significance among Aboriginal Australians. 335 kilometers, that would be, well, I've seen this actually, and I'll show you on the map. I've seen this when I was choosing this location. It should be around here, to the south. I saw, oh, this is way too much. There you go, Ayers Rock. I believe I saw it in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like it looks like they did a handcrafted thingy with it. It will be quite far for the purpose of today's flight, I believe. This will be 36 minutes. Yeah, it could be long, not really sure. We could try. Yeah, we just put it in. Let's see what's going to happen. It's 1 hour 46 minutes. Oh, I believe that's the one that I first checked, really. It's too much nothingness in between for my liking for this moment. So, is there anything, Venus, that you can tell us? Any place that we can go? Looks like the Alice Springs city would be to the north of the airport. So maybe it's interesting to take off and then fly north. Let's have a look at what is the wind. 180, so we'll take off. We could use this little runway probably. We just take off to the south, and then we take a left turn and we fly north towards the city. Looks like there's a railroad going through. So if I West McDonald Ranges, what do you mean, like a destination? Simpsons Gap, the Serpentine Gorge, Red Bank Gorge, and the Ellery Creek Big Hole, to name just a few. You just broke my tongue, and you called it naming a few. No, it's kidding, I like it. Okay, speaking of tongues, I will need to lubricate my throat a little bit. Otherwise I will just die right here on the spot, which is, well, it would make for the next spectacular stream, but over my dead body. Okay, so let's enjoy the outside view for a little bit, and I will be back within 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Okay, so the lubrication is here. Shake. We got a little joke. You know what I always say on the stream: enough with the jokes. Okay, that is very lame. So let's say goodbye to Alice, everybody. Alice, goodbye. Goodbye, Alice. Well, you cannot say we didn't try. Alice is obviously busy, you know, like she has a very responsible job. I mean, think about this, right? I mean, if we were to start driving or something were to come and hit us or whatever, you know, we're filled up with fuel and there's ignition processes going on internally, you know. We do not want to combust right here, you know what I mean. So yes, it's a very good job that she's doing. She's helping us out, and then another of our colleagues as well. So we are here now. Let's have a look at where is the runway. So what was the code actually for here again? Because I forget. Yankee Bravo Alpha Sierra. There is a sound that all of a sudden just stopped sounding. I do not know why it is. Lady Todd? Who's Lady Todd? Here's the airport information chart. So, oh, it looked like there was actually a runway going. Oh, this is this one. Really? How do we get there? We could go there. That would mean we go into taxiway Alpha. No, I'm too lazy to do it. So we'll just taxi. Let's see. I will see it when we get there, man. That's who named it. That's who they named it after. What? Alice? Lady Todd. Alice, she was the wife of the telegraph pioneer Sir Charles Todd. Oh, okay, we'll look at that, man. Well, to me your name is Alice Springs. I see what happened. I do not know why. The engine's still running. What the hell happened? Why? It looks like we have no power. Stand by 1 second, please. Let's see if it helps if we... There you go. So now the what happened is the engine was idling so low that it was no longer powering the internal electrical systems. We do have a battery, but that can run dry. We do not want the battery to run dry. This is the battery master. And yeah, so the engine just got so low on idle that it simply shut down. It had not enough voltage. It should be modeled here, but I believe they did it reversed. So you can see here, I believe what is being used, so maybe they fix it, not sure. But if we now, for instance, disengage something, you do not see this, now you see this drop, so less amps are being used. It looks like maybe it is working then. Alright, so let's have a quick look here. The runway is right there. We can go, oh, we can go through there, that should be fine. Okay, let's set the flaps for the takeoff setting. Let's get the hell out of here. So what we'll do, as I said, we'll take off to the south, and then we'll take a left or right turn, whichever feels best for us at that moment, and we'll fly north, just to see if we can find the city of the Alice Springs. Let's try and be gentlemen again and just follow the yellow lines. So it's nice, we got a little goal to try and find an airport that has, like, oh look, there's an incoming plane, man. That is so cool. Hello, incoming plane. Hello. I like it. I like it. So you see, there is actually sometimes traffic going on. So it's always good to watch out for traffic. Yeah, well, to me your name is Alice Springs. Is that the city there? Oh, let's just do one thing at a time. Okay, so here's where we can get on the runway. I think line up should be fine for now. Let's have a look outside. The high whirring noise that you hear constantly, that is the fuel tanks, the fuel pumps. We will disengage the fuel pumps as soon as we take off, or after takeoff, I should say. I believe you should have to have them on during your takeoff, in case you might need to restart one of the engines, you know. Okay, so here we are then, lining up, Alice Springs. Okay, so let's do a really short takeoff briefing. First of all, we reset the altimeter to the local settings. There you go. And the VOR, we do not need it as such for now. Let's just do it like this. Okay, so it's to the north. Where is the city? It's sort of to the north, so that should be fine. So let's do heading mode. And you know what? Let's just do a runway heading first. We got the runway heading, and we will also do the vertical speed to climb with 8,000 feet per minute. So the flaps are set. Oh, poor thing, it's idling too low. Okay, so let's get the hell out of here. Full power to the engines. Disengage parking brake. And off we take. There's quite strong wind from the right. You can see the windsock to your right there as well, and you can see the aircraft. Oh, let's just go take off. You see the windsock there. So we were definitely feeling this wind on takeoff. So let's try and get a more stable takeoff attitude, because this was rather hectic. We got positive rate, so the gear can go up, the flaps can go down, or I mean they can go up too, they can be retracted, which are now. And we just turn on the autopilot. It should follow the heading and climb 800 feet per minute. We can check if it's climbing 800 feet per minute. This will stop and rest at the 8 position. It's doing it perfectly. We're following a runway heading. Let's have a look outside. This is Alice Springs airfield for you. I decided to do a right turn and not a left turn, so let's do the right turn now. And we will head north. So yeah, if you look outside, there's not a lot to see, man. I mean, how much poetry do you think comes from this place? That's where Alice was last seen. Goodbye, Alice. I think that's the aircraft there to the left. Oh, can we see it? cannot. Okay, so that does look like a city. I'm curious to see what to expect. We're at altitude 4,000 feet. Think we can hold it here. So let's slowly dial this back. And we hold the altitude at around 4,000 feet. So what is that, a racetrack they got there? So if you want to go to the airport, that's actually quite interesting that they got this sort of mountain hills, walls with a little opening. So they thought, you know what, let's just live here. There's an opening and we put an airport on the other side. That's pretty cool. So this is the city of Alice Springs. So now if you want to fly the outbound radio, I think what we do best is first actually fly towards the VOR that we just came from. This should not be correct. Should be behind us like this. There we go. And once we're overhead, we will fly an outbound radio. Okay, so this is Alice Springs. Let's have a closer look from here. External view. Looks like it's a very dry river. What is that red thingy there? So Venus, if you can tell us anything about the Alice Springs, would be greatly appreciated. I definitely like the red rubber band thingy there. Okay, so let's just now return to the VOR, and then we can set course for our final destination. So we go now to navigation mode, and the aircraft should, the autopilot should start turning the aircraft around, which it appears to be doing. So this is really interesting, the road between the, through the opening there. I don't know, I just like it. You're enjoying the flight, you won't be the tour guide. Hey, that rhymes. So let's fine tune the VOR a little bit. There you go. So we are flying to the Hermansburg Airport. First we fly over the VOR, and then as soon as we're there, which is in about 6 nautical miles, we will fly the outbound radio. So let's have a look at the chart. So what we'll be doing, we are now flying south. Here is our VOR. As soon as we cross it, we'll maybe, let's put it in here actually. Oh, that is not a VOR. Yes, this one. And then outbound radio 257. So what I will do is I will set the heading bug to 257. We will not be flying the heading per se, but let's see, let's get a little closer here. So 255, something like that. 257. Our current range is 2.6 nautical miles. Now for an outbound radio, it's always interesting. It's slightly different in every aircraft, but there should be the possibility to fly an opposite radio, basically, because we will now be flying from the VOR instead of to. Usually VOR, so when you're flying from it, you will fly the opposite heading. Because the VOR will be behind you, basically. So, for instance, but there is the button here, reverse, and that should probably do it for us. But we'll see it when we get there, which is in about now. So we're probably overhead now. I should be able to see it, probably that white building there. So it is now counting up. So now we need to fly the. How are we going to do this? Do it like this. Put it on heading, and if it's now turning to the right, then it should be fine. There you go. So once again, I want to get really close here, because it probably doesn't matter too much. It's a matter of a couple of degrees, but 255, a little more to the right. So what the airplane is doing now, it's showing us this is where the track where we want to go, but this is where the track is lying, and I'm not really sure. I believe it's in increments of 10 nautical miles. So we are, or 2, not really sure. But we are slightly off the track, so it is trying to get us onto the track over the ground, and that's why it is now flying towards this track. So that means that this track will start to move towards us, and the closer it gets to us, and to the middle, the aircraft should start turning left, and then you should be it should be telling you that you are now on the outbound radio of that VOR. But yes, it's always interesting, because you can see we're not really flying that heading yet. There it comes. So it was a matter of a couple of miles, but that's good. This will get us where we need to go. And as I said in earlier videos, you could say we'll just fly the heading, but if then the wind starts blowing you to the left or to the right, your heading will still remain the same, but you will end up flying a different ground track. Ground track will be 50 nautical miles to the left or 50 nautical miles to the right, and your heading will be still the same, but you'll be flying parallel to the track that you're supposed to follow. And but it just so happens that at the end of this track, well, at least at 59 nautical miles, you will find your destination. But if you are flying to the left or to the right and you're still flying that heading, you will end up overshooting your target. You might not even see it. So that is why for the navigation it is very good to realize what's the difference between flying a heading and the difference between flying the difference between flying a heading or a ground track, which is done by radials. And this ensures us that we should actually end up precisely where it is that we want to be. And I will show you the chart here. So whatever we did, let's see, we flew like we came from here somewhere, sort of over the airfield. We were at the VOR, flew a little further, and then we said, okay, so now track it. And then it was to the right, so it started going like this, and then says, yeah, now we intercepted, and now it's following this track. If we were just say, well, let's fly 257 degrees, we could do that as well. We started out on the same track over the ground, but then the wind starts blowing us like 50 nautical miles or whatever, or probably not that much, but it could blow us here, and then we'll be like, yeah, but we're still flying 257. So now we're in a situation where we're flying the same heading, but not the same track over the ground, and we are flying one specific track, because otherwise we're not going to reach the Hermansburg private airport. So that is it in 2 nutshells. So what can we expect? We've already seen these elongated mountain ranges. They actually look pretty cool, man. Let's quickly go back and have a look at them. My apologies. Yeah, so these look really cool. Okay, so we have been flying for a while, so let's turn off the fuel pumps. There you go. So I wonder what is the temperature at the airport where it just took off, because it looks to me like it's really hot here. I will check the chart. I won't show it, but I'll just check it here. 38 degrees, are you kidding me? Okay, I am going to show you the chart. Okay, so the temperature from where we just took off, when you hover over it, it will give you the METAR information, which is updated 17 minutes ago. Wind 160 at 6 knots. 120 variable 230 and then there's the 38/08, which means 38 degrees centigrade Celsius. That is really freaking hot, man. Okay, so this is now counting up, 13.6, so we know how far we are from our VOR. So that will also tell us that in about 57, what was it, nautical miles? 59 nautical miles, we will reach our destination. So we could maybe try and find some information in the Navigraph for the airport. But probably we'll just, what you see is what you get, and we'll just land there. But obviously it can't hurt to have a look. So that is Yankee Hotel Mama Bravo. So let's just have a look at that one. Looks like there is no chart available for it. They do say the elevation 1945 feet. Longest runway 0 feet. Oh my god, is it like an airstrip or something? Runways. No runways found. Well, how do you call this an airport if there's no runways found? Is there something wrong with my reasoning? Guys, listen up. Listen up. I've got an idea for an airport, okay? Now open your minds really widely here, because what I'm thinking is, what if we construct an airfield, okay, stay with me, without runways? I mean, how cool is that? You can land and take off in any direction that you like. Yeah, we might need to parachute indeed, Venus. But no, we'll just set it down nonetheless. No problem at all. We'll just first fly over, but you know, sometimes I had this on the stream happen before. I flew to an airport. Where was it? I think it was the United States somewhere. It was an airstrip. It looked like desert. I had such a hard time. I had to do like 7 or 8, 9 flyovers before I realized I think that might be an airstrip there. Because I knew I was supposed to be at the destination, but I didn't see anything, you know. So yeah, it could happen sometimes, and then yeah, you could help if you know the area. I wonder how it is in real life. I mean, I know that some of these charts, they will tell you, for instance, some of these charts will provide information with regards to the airport. For instance, when it is opened and closed, and some airports, they do have lighting, but you will have to contact them when you're inbound. So there's the contact frequency. You contact them, you tell them, hey, I'm Arkady and I want to land at your airfield, and I'm about 40 nautical miles to the east of you, and I would like to land. If you think it's not too much trouble, could you please consider turning on the runway lights for me? You know, they just turn it on. But if you do not do it, then you're just sitting, you know, you're just in a situation where you do not see the airport, and then when it gets dark, you know, that is not too pleasant. Well, there is a car, so there is definitely life in Australia. It looks pretty much flat, doesn't it? It's just like there is some elevation there. This must be filled with snakes here, man. I hope he has air conditioning in that car. Oh man. Yeah. Otherwise we should be driving really freaking fast. You know, if he's sweating, then at least get some wind going. and it will cool you down a little bit. You know, you're sweating too much when your butt crack says, you know, I'm out of here. I'm gone. And you're just stuck with a butt that's just completely together, no butt crack whatsoever, you know. It's like, I don't have to put up with this. I did not sign up for this. And you're like, oh, listen, man, it's just the way we're constructed, and it's the heat, and, you know. And then it ends up saying, well, you know, up yours. And then you're gonna say, well, how do you suppose I do that? Huh? Ha ha! You know, and then you got him. But yeah. So Venus, do you know if they have sell ice creams in Alice Springs, or at least 22 years ago? You don't see how. Wasn't that in 1972 that in Alice Springs all the refrigerators and the deep freezers, you know, that they revolted? It melts the shine, you take it out the freezer. Here's some ice cream. Oh, sorry, water. Yeah, right. So we're definitely getting closer. Our range is now 33.4 nautical miles from our departure. And we're aiming for, how much was it? 59, 57 nautical miles, 59 nautical miles. So we got a little bit to go, but we're definitely getting there. Oh, the second, of course. It melts the second you take it out the freezer, yeah. Yes, it will be, it will not be nice for ice cream. That's a little bit of uninspired in-flight entertainment. Oh, so you're on the phone, you're in the bed at the meantime. You're multitasking the hell out of your life there, man. You think you'll stay awake for the landing? You're probably gonna fall asleep at like 58 nautical miles. They just sell Scream. No ice. That's so funny. It just says scream. Why did I not come up with that? I love it. I always forget to turn off the landing lights. Let's do it now. And they're off. So what is down here, man? I would expect some kangaroos, perhaps. Buffalo, snake, scorpion, dingo, like the dingo ate your baby. Or estimated time of arrival, it does not really say anywhere. We are range 41 nautical miles from where we started, and we are to go up to 59. So it's about 19 or 18, 17, something like that, nautical miles to go. Yeah, can you imagine flying over this land? For like a little longer, there's nothing in between. Buffalo, they should have a heart seizure. Oh man, I don't know. It's, you know, it's like I said, I'm just a very simple man with a very complex psychology. So what information can we find about our destination? It is the Yankee Hotel Mama Bravo, Hermansburg Airport. I'm curious to see. Well, it is in Australia, type is small airport. Runways 11 and 29, so it does appear that they do have runways. Do we find the runway length, maybe? The field is located in Australia. The airport has one runway, 11/29. Nearby other airfields are Rayonga, Tempe Downs, Milton Park Airport, Amburla Airport, and the Narwitoma Airport. It does not publish a meter. The nearest weather station is Alice Springs, which is 70 miles away. Okay, so that is not a lot of information. Last time you saw 36 minutes, it was like 15 minutes ago. What did you see 36 minutes? I don't think we have an ETA here. Probably also because we have no destination set. We're basically flying on navigation. But it's only 10 nautical miles now, really. So that means that when it's a bigger airfield, you could already see it. So it could be that, could be there maybe. Could also check the chart and have a look at what to expect, what to look out for. So 59, we're around 48, so let's say there is some lower elevation. I believe the green is a little bit lower. There's not a lot to see. Looks like there is a river flowing there, if it is not dried out. and there are some significantly higher elevation behind it, and a little bit to the left. So there is definitely a higher elevation and to the left. Yeah, so let's just see what we'll find. Already at 51.7 nautical miles. So it says 36. I'm wondering which 36 you are referring to. Oh, you mean in the sky vector? No, it is. Yes, okay, I understand. That was yeah. Yes, it is based on. I'll show you. The flight plan, it is based on a speed of 110 knots at 8,000 feet. We are lower, and we're not constantly flying 110. I think we're actually flying a little faster than that, really. But we also did some detour at the beginning. So, but yeah, but it's definitely some guidelines there for sure. Yes, I understand now. 36 nautical miles. But yeah, we're at 54, so we're so close. We should start looking out for it. Could be that if it's like a sandy kind of thing. So we should actually now start paying really close attention. There's some buildings, there's a road. That could be an airport. Let's power back a little. And we drop the gear. I'm going for this. This could also be a runway. But they will have to have only one actually. So let's disengage the autopilot. And we trim it down. Flaps to 1. I will choose this one, it's longer. This does not really look like a runway, but I believe you can probably land on it as well. So are we still descending? We are, but not as much as I would like. So we descend a little more. Do it by simply trimming down the nose of the aircraft. It looks like we made it. So is there any population here? Look, there's a little, there's where the people live. Yeah, we should definitely take this one here. Okay. So that's good news, people. So we're flying. Let's just enter a pattern here. Maybe go down a little more. So Venus, are you still there to watch the landing? Let's go flap 2. And level off our descent. Try and maintain this altitude now. Speed's a little low. What I will do is speed up like this. For now, that's the only way I can do it. I know it's a little bit noob style. Hey, there you are. Okay, so let's see when we make the turn. So let's go ahead and make the turn now. Speed is a little low. We are crossing the center line. Let's do a sharp turn, low speed, probably really dangerous. Speed's picking up a little bit. This is not what I would call a stable approach. Trim it down. Stabilize the descent. Where does the runway start? I'm going for the white part. Oh, my apologies. It's a little abrupt there. Let's set her down. Well, looks like we made it. I'm curious, what was the landing rate? It was a bit of a messy approach, I must say. I can retract the flaps now. Okay, so it was 188, thank you. Not sure, I think 188 for an aircraft like this might still be somewhat on the high end, on the high side. Let's see, is there any place we can go here? Any infrastructure whatsoever? Let's just go to that house and we park there right in front of it and say, hey people, here we are. And let's just also open a window. Because I think if we look at the temperature gauge here, look at it, man, it's what's about 40 degrees or something. What is it? Well, hello, anybody home? I know you might not often see this, but you're our visitors. Okay, so let's stop right here. The parking brake is set. Let's shut down the engine. We will no longer need the lights. And we'll no longer need the autopilot nor the avionics. The fuel selectors, they can go to neutral. You just let in all the hot air. Shit, I didn't think this through. Am I allowed to say shit, or should I preferably say feces? So the left and right magnetos, they provide the sparks, they can go off, and alternate the left and right and the battery. Let's put these thingies down just to get a little more shade in. Every little bit helps. I think I agree with you, man. Did I already close it? But there it is, I don't know. Well, it looks like we have to get out now. We do not want to sit here smoking like a salmon. Well, looks like we made it. The aircraft still in one piece after 2 landings. We got a little radar satellite. What is it? So we can watch TV if we can even sleep with in this heat. So welcome at the Hermansburg Airport here in Australia. So if you land here with an empty tank, you're screwed. Yeah, I would assume so. Well, I should have fuel, right? Let's get the drone out. What are we looking at? Yeah, I think you just summed it up perfectly there, Venus. If you land here without fuel, you're screwed. These white thingies are just from the Bing photographs. I want my fuel, man. I want my fuel. Yeah, looks like you'd be screwed, man. But luckily, we are not. We're not screwed. And we're also not out of fuel. So, that's both good. Yeah, I know, man, this is not an airport. Well, it's actually a private airstrip thingy, really. So I guess they can do whatever the hell they want. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for checking. To the special guest Venus and everybody else who come across this video. You know, it's you should feel very lucky because you know, this is if you reach this channel, like you reach the far end of the internet, you know, because there is hardly anyone here. This channel is actually like the exact place that we landed on. Hardly any visitors. You know, but it's nice like this. Everybody's welcome, obviously. So, and we'll just keep on going because it's just fun to do, you know. And that's the whole purpose, you know. Have some fun out there, you know what I mean. So thank you for checking. In any case, it was definitely fun, and hopefully see you next time. Looking forward to it. I am your personal funky sim pilot, everybody. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I was your captain for today. And I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.